In this episode of Film Stock Reviews, I'm reviewing The Santa Claus 2. The Santa Claus 2 takes place close to 8 years after the events of the first movie. Scott Calvin, played by Tim Allen, has been Santa Claus for 8 years, and his loyal elves consider him the best one ever. But the world is turning different and upside down as his son Charlie is on the naughty list, and he wants to find out why. But not only that, Bernard tells him that in this clause, the Santa Claus, Scott discovers that he must marry by Christmas Eve and have a Mrs. Claus, or he'll stop being Santa forever. Now, this is an interesting movie because the aspect is so much different. How can you make a sequel to an instant classic like The Santa Claus? Well, you make The Santa Claus 2. The interesting thing is that it was much more fun and lighthearted, but not only that, when Scott Calvin has to go back to where he is from, and in order to find out how he can get a wife, he has to have a replacement. So the elves and Scott come up with a toy Santa that looks exactly like him and does certain things in different mannerisms, but works like a toy, but is more so of an evil Santa in a way. I mean, Tim Allen playing Santa Claus, Scott Calvin, and the toy Santa is really fun. Toy Santa was really, really funny in this, and he made the movie worth watching because seeing Tim Allen play a nice guy and a bad guy was so well done that it's something that you would never see happen at all. Not only that, the aspect of Elizabeth Mitchell coming in and playing Principal Carol Newman is good because she's the principal of Charlie's school, and she's kind of on this mean streak. She has to, protect so many kids, and he himself loves kids. But then, as he's sitting down at a park bench, usual, someone comes up and is like, "I want this for Christmas." So it's really interesting how the story plays out and the story goes, and in a way of how he convinces Carol to be Mrs. Claus is always fun. Not only that, you kind of have the Council of Legendary Figures come in with Mother Nature, Father Time, Cupid, the Easter Bunny, the Tooth Fairy, and Sandman once again. And seeing different actors play these roles is so much fun. I can't get enough of it. This was a good, solid sequel. It was released November 1st, 2002. It runs for 104 minutes long with a budget of 65 million, and it grossed 172 million at the box office. So once again, it was a big, big hit, but it was mixed reviews by critics, but who cares? This is a good quintessential holiday film. It's a Christmas comedy film. It's fun. It's great. And, it's really interesting to see how everything played out. I mean, how can you make a villain in this where the first one kind of had a villain, but didn't really have a villain? In this one, you have Toy Santa, and it was done really well to a certain extent. Seeing Bernard do his thing, and then Spencer Breslin as Curtis the elf was great. Everything made so much sense, but it just felt like it was not as cohesive as the very first movie, which kind of hurt the movie in a way. For me, The Santa Claus 2 gets 3 out of 5 stars. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought about The Santa Claus 2. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think of it? Did you like the aspect of the story of how he had to get a Mrs. Claus? Did you like the whole dynamic and feel to the movie? Do you think this movie is better than the first film that came out in 1994? And what did you think about Tim Allen playing Toy Santa and Santa Claus? And did you like Toy Santa? And what was your favorite scene in this movie, and what was your least favorite scene in this movie? Let me know in the comment section below about all the questions I just asked, and also let me know what rating you would give the Santa Claus 2, and I'll see you all in the next review video, and thank you for tuning in.